The death of Robin Williams. Friends and fans are focusing on his life and the legacy the comedian and actor leaves behind.
Jay Gray has the latest from Tiburon.
Memories?
It really just shows that somebody can make everybody else happy, but you really not be happy inside. It's really sad.
And emotions continue to pour out a day after Robin Williams' sudden death. Memorials to the legendary entertainer growing across the country, along the gates of his California home, at Williams' Star along the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and outside the Colorado home where it all started.
I am Mork from Mork. Nanu nanu.
With Mork and Mindy. In San Francisco, on the steps of the house Doubtfire was filmed.
Hello.
And around a park bench in Boston.
No one could possibly understand the depths of you.
Featured in the Oscar-winning movie Good Will Hunting.
He had a lot of great work, and it's really sad.
A dark sadness haunted Williams for years and apparently intensified in the months before his death. Today, investigators confirmed it was a suicide. They say he hanged himself with a belt. His body discovered around noon Monday by his personal assistant.
Toxicology testing will be conducted to determine if Mr. Williams had any chemical substances in his system at the time of his death.
But as the investigation continues, friends...
It's hard to imagine unstoppable energy stopped.
And fans choose to focus on his life.
He had a beautiful soul, a brilliant mind, and he could make us double over with laughter when we were sad.
A sadness that now lingers for a legendary performer lost way too soon. Jay Gray, NBC News, Tiburon, California.
So far, there's no word on when or if there will be a memorial or funeral for Williams. And residents in Yuma County weathered monsoon storms in both the foothills and San Luis. There were reports of roofs being blown off of structures in both areas.
Here's a look at the aftermath of the storms and how you can get emergency assistance if you need it. It was a gloomy, dark sky over most of Yuma County Tuesday as residents in the desert Southwest cleaned up from the deter some motorists from driving through the water. Meanwhile, a line of thunderstorms moved across the Mesa area with heavy rains and winds. Numerous watches and warnings were posted throughout Tuesday afternoon.
And a Calexico councilman defends his words, and the person he appointed to lead the economic development resigns after a personal conversation between them is brought to light regarding the investigation of the Calexico Police Department.
News 11's Melrose Bosco has the exclusive.
The investigation on the Calexico Police Department sparks up a heated argument between a council member and the former economic development director.
Okay, what transpired? Because it's not true. If you ever, did you mention something about recording?
This was the exchange in front of the Imperial County Superior Court between Ben Horton and Calexico Department. In El Centro, Melrose Bosco.
4 people are dead and 1 man is in custody following a stabbing attack at a Santa Barbara County home. Investigators were called to the house near Goleta, California Monday night and found the victims. 2 of them are children, and a dog was also found stabbed to death. A 46-year-old man is in custody. Police are not saying if the victims and suspect are related.
A Northern California man charged with starting the largest wildfire in California's history turned himself into the authorities. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Sacramento says Kenneth Emerald surrendered to U.S. Marshal Service in Fresno Tuesday. The 32-year-old appeared in federal court for arraignment on a 4-count indictment. The 2013 fire burned 400 square miles in the Yosemite National Park. Prosecutors say Emerald was hunting deer with a bow the day the fire started in August and started the illegal campfire. His attorney declined to comment. Well, coming up next in Sunrise Sports, News 11's Heather Yako has a one-on-one interview with Arizona Cardinals wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald. Coming up next in the Sunrise edition of Sports. Plus, as we take a look at your weather.
All right, well, welcome back. I'm here with Bruce Brown from the Desert Hills Golf Course, and you guys have a special event going on this Friday. Why don't you tell me about it?
We do. We have a rum tasting event, and it'll be 5 courses, starting with coconut shrimp, paired with a Sugar Island coconut rum.
So it's kind of like an island theme then.
It is, yeah, well, rum, island, yes.
Kind of to celebrate the summer and just show some of the meals that you're featuring.
Some of the things we can do at the restaurant and have fun. We like to have fun, so it'll be a fun event.
Are you expecting a big turnout for this?
We'll have close to 40 people. And we have a lady by the name of Janet Wolf be hosting the event, and the vendors for the various rums will talk about the rums and that sort of thing, how they're produced and distilled. So.
Wow, that sounds like a fun night. So what time does that start at?
It starts at 6 o'clock p.m. and it'll run until about 8:30, 9 o'clock, right in that area.
Okay, and how much are tickets?
Tickets are $25 if they're purchased today or tomorrow. At the door, they'll be $30.
So let's say I'm with my family and we have kids with us. Can we bring the children along, or is it adult only?
Well, it's adult only. I mean, we do have some participants that don't drink, so they just, have the food and that sort of thing, and then we'll make some non-alcoholic virgin type drinks for them that are island themed.
So are we expecting like music and dancing, or is it kind of just...
There won't be music and dancing, but we'll have some raffles for some prizes, for some dinners and lunches, and maybe a round of golf or two.
So do you know a thing or two about rum?
Not a lot, but I'm going to learn this Friday night. So.
Yeah, we're all going to learn. So check it out this Friday, and it's from 6 to 9, and you can get the tickets at the door. There'll be 30 at the door, but purchased before they're 25.
That's right.
So it's this Friday. Thank you, Bruce, for coming in.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Back to you, Kelly.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, could sharks hold the secret to curing cancer? Some researchers at Mote Marine Laboratory think so. One of the country's leading scientists on the subject says sharks' immune system can block human cancer cells. John Rogers took a look at this promising research.
Sometimes sharks get a bad rap. Most humans want to stay far away from them. One of humanity's most feared creatures has the potential to help us.
Well, Dr. Lohr has been Fort Lauderdale's internationally for his work. He was named a Distinguished Fellow at the American Society, a high honor in his field. Now, in the past 30 years, only 11 people have been given this distinction.
And coming up in the second half hour of Sunrise, a local brewery is opening soon and looking to hire 50 people by this Friday. Find out what they are offering to our community coming up next.
But first, here's a look at what's coming up on Money Talks News.
Or lemon. How lemon laws might get you out of...
Coming up on Sunrise, more than 100 additional U.S. military advisors have been sent to Iraq as a supporting role. We'll tell you what they plan to do after this.
Plus, people at the Yuma International Airport celebrated their 4th anniversary. We'll tell you what they had to say after this.
And a local woman celebrates a very special milestone birthday with 5 generations of family members. Today is Wednesday, August 13th. Sunrise continues now.
Live from KYMA Studios, this is News 11 Sunrise, your #1 source for news in the desert Southwest.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you for joining us here on Sunrise.
Well, it's 31 after the hour, so you still have quite a bit of time to get ready for work if you need to be there by 7. But Joey Norton didn't show up for work today. He has the day off. So it's just Molly and myself, and we're going to go ahead and start right with weather for you right now. 85 degrees currently in Yuma, 78 degrees in Blythe. This told you it's 85 degrees, but the humidity is 57%. Dew point is 68 degrees, and winds are out of the east at 12 miles per hour. I'll have more in your 8-day forecast a little bit later in the show. Make sure you stay tuned. Well, today, 130 additional U.S. military advisors are in Iraq. They're there to help in the humanitarian effort.
But the U.S. strategy in Iraq is drawing criticism from some Republican lawmakers. NBC's Richard Jordan has more from Washington.
More Americans arrive in Iraq, but U.S. officials say it's to help, not to fight.
As the president has made very clear, we're not going back into Iraq in any of the same combat mission dimensions that we once were in Iraq.
3 years after U.S. troops left Iraq, now 130 additional Marines and Special Ops forces are in Erbil. The team is there in a supporting role as ISIS militants threaten to kill thousands of Yazidi and Iraqi Christians holed up on Sinjar Mountain refusing to convert to Islam. Congressional leaders weigh in on President Obama's strategy.
I would say we need much more sustained air attacks, not just in Kurdistan, but throughout the ISIS area. Find out where they're
divided politically and locked in a brutal civil war. Richard Jordan, NBC News, Washington.
The Yuma International Airport celebrated members of the military Tuesday and the volunteers who make them feel welcome at the airport.
It is the 4th anniversary of the opening of the Military Comfort Zone, and one volunteer says that it's been a great 4 years. News 11's Nico Santos has the report.
An area set aside especially.
I'm an active Marine also.
Last month, more than 400 members visited the Military Comfort Center, and the center is open from 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. when the last flight leaves.
Well, a local woman celebrated a milestone that many people do not achieve, and her family isn't taking it lightly.
Loved ones of Helen Covey had balloons and cupcakes all ready to go for her 100th birthday Tuesday afternoon. News 11's Nico Santos reports.
At her birthday celebration, Helen Covey just takes it all in.
It's just great, to be.
5 generations and a century's worth of family all gathered Tuesday at Emerald Springs in Yuma to celebrate Helen's 100th birthday.
Just another day it was.
A pretty modest outlook on a milestone moment.
Included in the 5 generations of family members who were there Tuesday were some of her 6 children, 44 grandchildren, 23 great-grandchildren, and 16 great-great-grandchildren.
It's a great story. Well, a brand new brewery in downtown Yuma is looking to open on August 29th, and they're in need of employees.
News 11 visited the restaurant Tuesday to see how they're getting ready for opening day.
Prison Hill Brewing Company conducted interviews Tuesday from 8 to 5 p.m. and is still seeking more applicants.
Looking for somebody that's hardworking. We're looking for somebody that's got a good set of people skills, somebody that is has a good working knowledge of beer.
With a 26.9% unemployment rate in the Yuma area, people are eager to find work.
We have about 40 positions open. We're probably going to hire 50.
As the first microbrewery in Yuma, Prison Brewing Co. is offering a fun, lively atmosphere to downtown Yuma.
That's something no other restaurant in town is doing, and best part, it's all local.
They are looking to hire by this Friday.
Awesome. We got stuff that people in Yuma haven't seen, and it's going to be a really fun experience. You're really growing and learning all aspects about beer making, and just having a really fun restaurant to come to.
They encourage anyone who is interested to apply.
This has been a year in the making. It's a long time coming. It's a long time to wait to get good beer in Yuma.
If you're looking for a job in the service industry, you can fill out an application at the Pint House located at 278 South Main Street.
Well, you can also buy a new car, then end up putting it in the shop over and over, often for the same repair. What can you do?
Well, money expert Stacy Johnson is here with one possibility. Call a Lemon lawyer.
The water pump, and then it wouldn't start, and then about a couple of times the lights went out, come back on.
Now what you need is more information. It's waiting for you at moneytalksnews.com. Just do a search for Lemon Law. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
Well, still ahead on Sunrise, a legendary actress passed away Tuesday. Hear who after the break.
But first, here's what's coming up on Today.
Good morning. Straight ahead on Today, potent storms triggering widespread flooding coast to coast, leading to evacuations and dramatic rescues, and even more rain is on the way. Also ahead, we're going to remember the life of legendary actress Lauren Bacall, NBC's Tom Brokaw, who was her good friend for decades. Plus, Jimmy Fallon's touching tribute to Robin Williams. Then NBC's Kerry Sanders takes the plunge for an important cause as he will jump out of a plane live with the help from the Army's Golden Knights. Those stories and Carson talks fame, fortune, and the future with One Direction when we get started right here on a Wednesday morning on Today.
Welcome back, everyone. It's 45 after the hour. Hollywood legend Lauren Bacall died from a stroke in New York City Hospital. She was 89 years old.
Mark Barger has a look back at her extraordinary life and career.
One of the most memorable movie lines ever.
You know how to whistle, don't you, Steve? You just put your lips together and blow.
Lauren Bacall to Humphrey Bogart in 1944's To Have and Have Not. Just 19 years old, it was her first film, opposite a movie icon who a year later would become her husband. Bacall would refer to Bogart as my great love for the rest of her life.
I was so lucky to have had him, you know, to have had that life and had that romance and had the whole everything that happened to me at once.
Their marriage led to 3 more movie collaborations before his death in 1957. The Big Sleep.
8-day forecast for the next 8 days in the Imperial Valley and in Yuma.
I would be interested to hear how much rainfall we actually got.
Yeah.
Because it's normally really low, right?
It's very low, yeah, because you don't get much rain in the desert Southwest.
We'll have to ask Joey tomorrow when he comes back. Well, residents in Yuma County weathered monsoon storms in both the foothills and San Luis. There were reports of roofs being blown off the structures in both areas.
Here's a look at the aftermath of Monday's storm and how you can get emergency assistance if you need it.
It was a gloomy. Orders for digital downloads were still available. That's your CNBC Morning Business Report. I'm Seema Modi.
All right, well, start your engines and get ready for the need for speed with lawnmowers. We'll have more right after this.
But I hope you have a fun, happy birthday.
Okay, and happy birthday to Mary Herrera, and that's coming from your family. Have a great day. Well, the quaint British countryside roared with the sounds of racing lawnmowers over the weekend. It was a test of speed, power, and endurance as 34 racing lawnmower teams took to the 12-hour-long nighttime race. Born in a British pub back in the early 70s, lawnmower racing is a popular sport in England.
Even celebrities came to watch the motorized mowers race around the dirt track at nearly 50 miles per hour. In the end, it was a team from Luxembourg that took home this year's title at the annual race.
All right, well, that looks like a lot of fun, but I don't know about a 12-hour race. That's quite a bit. All right, well, Joey will be back with us tomorrow, so make sure you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.